Okay, now that you know how to set up your processing applet, let's draw some basic shapes. So I have as comments here the 4 basic commands I'm going to show you for drawing rectangles, ellipses, lines, and displaying text. Let's draw a rectangle whose x and y coordinates are 100, 100, and whose width and height are also 100 and 100, and see what that looks like. So I run it, and we see that it looks like this. This is page 2 of your processing handout. I just want to illustrate what the coordinate system here looks like. So, as you might have already guessed, the rectangle command takes 4 numbers as inputs. The first 2 are the x and y coordinates of the upper left-hand corner of your rectangle, not the center of your rectangle. And the second 2 numbers are the width and the height of your rectangle. So this illustrates what we did. We said we wanted an upper left-hand corner of 100, 100, and a width and a height of 100 and 100. So that makes the lower right-hand corner at 200, 200. You might be noticing that the coordinate system is a little bit strange, or a little bit different from the one that you're used to using in math. There's 2 important differences. In processing, 0, 0, the origin, is at the upper left-hand corner. And the second difference is, as you move down, instead of y-coordinates becoming negative, the way you might expect, instead the y-coordinates go up. So if this is 0, that might be 300, and that might be 600. Actually, let me just show you. This is a program that I wrote which actually displays the mouse coordinates as you move it around. So as you can see, 0, 0, can't quite get there, but 0, 0 is at the upper left-hand corner. And then as I move my mouse down, see the y-coordinate is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So that's how it works. This is something that takes a little bit of getting used to. I'll provide the code for this program if you want to use it for yourself, if you just want to double check your own thinking about where the coordinates at any given moment. So back to drawing things. Think for a minute about what would you change these numbers to if you wanted the rectangle to be the same size, but you wanted it to be centered on the screen. Think which numbers would you need to change, and what would you need to change them to? We know the screen is 600 by 600, so that means the exact middle is at 300, 300. But if I make my rectangle at an XY location of 300, 300, like this, you'll see that the upper left-hand corner of the rectangle will be in the center, like this. But actually, I want the center of my rectangle in the center of the screen. I know my square is 100 by 100, so if I draw it centered the way I want to, if I know this spot is 300, and I know the whole width and height of my rectangle is 100 by 100, that must mean that this distance is 50 and that distance is 50. So if I want to know where this is, it's 300 minus half the width of my rectangle. So that should be 250 and 250. Let's try it again. Looks great. Let's draw 2 more shapes. So the ellipse command, you give it the xy coordinates of the center of the ellipse and the width and the height of the ellipse. So if you want to draw a circle, the width and the height would be the same. The line command, you give it the xy coordinate where the line starts, and then the xy coordinate where the line ends. So let's do 2 of those. I'm going to draw a circle centered at 100, 300, and it's going to have a width and a height of 60 and 60. Be careful, this isn't the radius, this is actually the full width and full height. And I'm going to draw a line that goes from, let's make it divide the screen in half. So I'll have an x-coordinate of, well, not quite in half. Let's make an x-coordinate of 20 and a y-coordinate of 300, and then an x-coordinate of 580 and a y-coordinate of 300. And let's see what those will look like. So now I've got my ellipse here, and I've got my line that starts at an x-coordinate of 20 and a y-coordinate of 300 and ends at an x-coordinate of 580 and a y-coordinate of 300. Okay, come back next time and I'll show you how to display text.